Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, November 20th, 2023. It is officially Thanksgiving week. I know everybody is excited to sit around with their family and talk about things they don't care about. And just know that despite everything going on with my teams, I am okay. But everything is going wrong. Jordan Travis goes down with the injury the other night. Desmond Ridder is now the starting quarterback of the Falcons. I don't know what's going to happen, but we did have a great week of NFL football. NFL Week 11 is entering its conclusion. Sunday Night Football about to kick off. And Colin, how are we feeling after this Sunday, after this past Saturday? A lot of good college football games.
Yeah, but just overall, NFL, college football, a lot of injuries this weekend.
Yes.
That's the main thing that caught my eye. So it's definitely a weird weekend. But like you said, it's Thanksgiving week. So, we just gotta be thankful. We
Yeah,
have
man.
sports.
Yeah.
We have family. We have friends. We're chilling.
Yeah. This Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for sports.
Go sports.
Yes. Go sports team. But yeah, today we're talking about NFL Week 11. Of course, our opinions on the Braves moves. So a ton of moves went down. Well, really two, just a lot of players on the move. But we'll talk about that, what that means to us, what we think might happen from it, and then we'll talk about college football Week 12, our college football top 10, talk a little bit of rivalry week preview, and then we'll close it out with Stake Your Claim. Colin, are you ready for NFL Week 11?
Let's do it.
All right. It starts off with Steelers-Browns. The Browns win. Oh, I forgot to remind everybody, we're not doing the recaps anymore. It became way too time-consuming for me and for the podcast itself. So no more recaps. We're just going to talk about the games like we used to. The Browns beat the Steelers 13-10. And I would say this was a defensive game. I think it was the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks sucked.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett, 15 for 28, 106. And Dorian Thompson-Robinson, 24 for 43. How many yards did he have? My whole tab just closed because of this virus that I have on my computer. It's fantastic.
Yeah, what is it? Dorian Robinson had 165 passing yards.
Okay, yeah, he threw a pick. But he got the win, his first win. This was the first week of Jaylen Warren considered number one on the depth chart. And he actually got less carries than Najee, but a few more yards. Jaylen Warren, 9 carries, 129 yards, and a 74-yard touchdown. Najee Harris, 12 carries, 35 yards. Safe to say, Jaylen Warren earned that number one spot.
Yeah, he's starting to take over that backfield. So expect next week for him to out-snap Najee Harris. Najee Harris is still going to be used in key situations like your short yardage for first downs, your goal lines, and everything like that. But Jaylen Warren's just a much more explosive runner.
Yeah.
That can just create chaos for any team's defense.
Yeah, like the whole reason they were in this game was because of his 74-yard rushing touchdown to open up the second half. So that was a huge play for them that kept them in it, but like Cleveland just played like okay. Like their offense is going to suck for the rest of the year without Deshaun, but they played well enough to win this game considering Pittsburgh's offense is pretty bad as well. Nobody really had a good game receiving, obviously, since Kenny Pickett had 106 passing yards. But George Pickens, 4 receptions, 38 yards. Allen Robinson, 3 receptions, 20 yards. And then it just kind of falls off from there. But now the DTR got his first career win, and it came against the Steelers. Maybe Luke will stop talking about how Mike Tomlin is so good against rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean,
like irks me how much he brings that up because every week they've played a rookie quarterback. It seems like this week, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Last week was Jordan Love, who's kind of a rookie. You had Will Levis the week before. I was getting tired of it. And they beat the Texans earlier in the year. So,
Well, I mean, when you look at it, so Kenny Pickett really couldn't connect with his guy, Deontay Johnson. Only 2 receptions on 8 targets,
yeah.
and on those 2 receptions, it was for 16 yards. So, that's his, like, go-to guy, not George Pickens. He really connects with Deontay Johnson. So, when that connection's not going, you're not gonna be very efficient in the passing game.
Yeah, the 8 targets for 2 receptions is really hard to see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what is it? He probably had, Denzel Ward hawking him.
Yeah.
Uh Who else? Greg Newsome was on him for I think like 30% of the snaps. But other than that, really the Cleveland defense is just what won this game. Miles Garrett is an animal as usual,
Yeah.
and it's just constant pressure on Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, 2 sacks from Myles Garrett, his only 2 tackles of the game. And then you also had a sack from, Ogbo Okoronkwo, I believe is how you say that name. Um, but, like, for Pittsburgh's defense, they weren't bad at all either. Trenton Thompson and Joey Porter Jr. were really good. Of course, TJ Watt got in and got a sack, the only one for the Steelers. But, yeah, this game just sucked overall.
Yeah, now it seems like I don't know. Pittsburgh's defense really is missing Minka Fitzpatrick.
Did Josh Dobbs just fumble?
Good call. I don't even have the game on.
Believe he
Eh,
fumbled. Javonte
He really?
Williams, little reception right there. Um,
Hey,
yeah, fantasy points, baby. Um, yeah, we'll kind of just jut in with anything we see. Oh, that wasn't even Javonte Williams. Sick. Um,
nice.
but yeah, we'll just kind of jut in with updates on the Sunday Night Football game, Vikings Broncos going on right now. But let's go ahead and move on to the next game, Bears versus Lions. The Lions win it 31-26, and this Bears team looked real good in Justin Fields' return.
Yeah, I mean, Jared Goff, for a little bit forgot how to be a quarterback.
Yeah,
He was just feeding that Chicago defense.
yeah,
Yeah,
3 picks.
3 picks from Jared Goff is very uncharacteristic.
Yeah, I think he threw
He's
2 picks before he even threw a touchdown.
yeah, it's just not good at all. But you still have the committee of David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs that really started setting the tone. Uh, we see a very low game from Amon-Ra in his, status. He's known for
Yeah,
like 150, 160. Don't get me wrong, 8 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown. Great day.
yeah,
Absolutely great day. But they're missing their other key guy there, Sam Laporta. 3 receptions, 18 yards. Like, he's probably like your second best receiver on that team.
yeah. Probably is at this point, but it's kind of between him and Jamison Williams. But what I was happy to see with them, at least in the passing game, was using Jahmyr Gibbs. I think we talked about this all year. Jahmyr Gibbs is so good as a receiver. We saw that at Alabama, and we were just kind of waiting for a good receiving game from him. Well, this game, 6 targets, 6 receptions, 59 yards. That's a super efficient game for him, and I'm happy to see they're actually utilizing him in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And
But oh, go ahead.
this is a game where, we start to see the injuries start to trickle.
Yeah,
Donta Foreman goes down. I know Khalil Herbert was off the field for a good bit. And then some defensive players that just couldn't stay on the field. So, that's going to be a trend we start to see when we talk about this whole slate of games.
yeah, definitely. But on the Bears side for the offense, Justin Fields kind of did his thing here. This was a very Justin Fields game. 16 for 23, 169 and a passing touchdown. No picks for him, but 18 carries for 104 rushing yards.
That's the Justin Fields we know.
Yeah.
This is what we've been waiting for all season.
Yeah.
This is what we wanted him to go back to. And look, this has probably been besides that Thursday night game against Washington,
Yeah.
this has been his best game.
Definitely.
So, he's most dangerous when he uses his legs.
Yeah. But DJ Moore still had a great game. 7 receptions, 96 yards and a touchdown. He had a solid one, and nobody else really had to do all that much. But yeah, DJ Moore carried him in the receiving department, and this defense looked pretty good. Considering the turnovers, they had picks from Tremaine Edmonds, Tyreek Stevenson, and T.J. Edwards, and then They also sacked Jared Goff twice, Montez Sweat once, and Jack Sanborn the other. But they just couldn't hold out. Like, the Lions had to mount quite a comeback. Like, you start off down 7-0 because of the picks. They figure out the offense a little bit in the second quarter. They go into the half, the Lions do, up 14-10, and then Chicago comes out hot again, 10 points in the third. But the Lions, 17 points in the fourth quarter is huge and got them a big win. Really mean of them to get a safety there at the end.
Oh,
Like,
Aiden Hutchinson was
yeah.
just taking out some frustration.
Yeah.
All right, it's a division game. You just couldn't let that shit slide anymore.
Nah, he couldn't. But yeah, overall this was a pretty fun game to watch. It got a little sloppy at points, but I was pretty happy watching this game. And Cairo Santos, a fantastic game, kicking 4 field goals, a long of 53, and he made both of his extra points.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's move on to Chargers Packers. The Packers get a win, 23-20 over this Chargers explosive offense. But Jordan Love, a fantastic game. 27 for 40, 322, and 2 touchdowns. Didn't throw a pick this week. And then you had Jaden Reed have 3 carries for 46 yards and a touchdown. A long of 32, of course, but how wild of Jaden Reed to lead in carries. Aaron Jones went out with an injury. I believe Emmanuel Wilson went out with an injury. And A.J. Dillon had a horribly inefficient game.
14 carries for 29 yards.
Yeah.
For y'all that can't do math, that's an average of 2.1 yards a carry.
You're lucky that it tells you that on ESPN because I know you wouldn't have done that, Matt.
Come on now, don't do me like that. But yeah, Jordan Love was just spreading the ball out really well. Dontavian Wicks, 3 receptions. Romeo Doubs, 5 receptions. Jaden Reed, 4 receptions. A.J. Dillon, 4 receptions. Luke Musgrave, 4 receptions. Like, everybody got some love.
Yeah. I like this offense when they are throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Like, they have a lot of talented receivers, and it makes this team very fun to watch. On the Chargers side, though, they lost it. Like, what did they use all their points last week to lose to Detroit?
Probably. I mean, it's a bad day for Austin Eckler when Justin Herbert leads the team in rushing yards.
Yeah. And Eckler had a longer run than Herbert in this game. Herbert's long was 28. He had 73 yards on 8 carries. Eckler had a long of 37, but he had 64 yards and 10 carries. He does this every week. Every week he has like a 30, 40-yard run, and that accounts for half of his rushing yards.
Yeah, man, he's really been struggling this season.
Yeah, and like he's not even doing much receiving either. When you've got a guy like Keenan Allen getting 16 targets, 10 receptions, 116 and a touchdown, it's kind of hard to find Eckler 3 targets, 2 receptions, 6 yards.
Yeah, and then we also see Donald Parham, tight end 2, 4 receptions on 6 targets, 57 yards.
Yeah, but don't sleep on tight end 3, Stone Smart. 1 reception on 3 targets, but it was a 51-yard touchdown.
Is it safe to say that Justin Herbert's wow, he loves tight ends?
You good over
Ignore
there,
that.
You good?
Ignore that. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
But listen, we're powering through.
Yeah. Also, the cherry on top for Eckler's performance, a fumble. But yeah, like I was very surprised the Packers won this game. I thought the Chargers easily had them, just because the Chargers have that explosive type of offense that can just put up a ton of points. And I didn't expect the Packers to put up this kind of points, but the passing worked. I think, now with Jones and Wilson going down in the running game, if they're not back next week, we're probably going to see a similar type of approach to this game. Dillon will get, a decent amount of carries, but Jordan Love throwing 40 passes seems to be working.
Yeah. And, going back to the Chargers, we see another injury. Big name Joey Bosa leaves the game with an injury. So that also opens up the offense for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. And Khalil Mack in this game had a great game. 2 sacks on 8 total tackles. And he had a pass defended. He had to do it. Yeah, he had to.
He had to do everything.
Yeah. And then on the Packers side. Rashawn Gary and Carl Brooks each with a sack, but yeah, no picks in this game. No crazy turnovers. You only really had one turnover because somehow Green Bay fumbled 3 times and didn't lose a single one of them.
Yeah, I think Jordan Love's. I could be wrong because I didn't really watch the game. I think his was on snaps, so
Yeah,
muff
probably.
snaps, and that he would just sit on it.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a pleasantly surprising game. Just to see the Packers kind of showing some signs of a decent offense, you know, when they can. But let's move on to the next game. Big surprise in this final score. The Dolphins or Raiders versus Dolphins, and the Dolphins win 20-13. Did not expect this game to be this close at all.
Yeah, the first half, the Raiders showed a strong presence against the Miami Dolphins,
Yeah.
putting up 13 points going into half. But then the scoring stops, and
Yep.
that's a big part to Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey was a monster today. I think he
He
had
had
2
two picks.
picks,
Yeah.
but he was just everywhere, breaking up passes and just like making big tackles to stop big runs. So, that's 3 picks in 2 games for him coming back.
Yeah. The Dolphins as a team had 8 passes defended. Um, 2 of them for Ramsey. Obviously, his 2 picks, and then 2 of them for Andrew Van Ginkel. Um,
Yeah. And don't forget Jalen Phillips, big man
yeah.
picks.
Good that
Did
he
you see,
was healthy for this game.
did you see that pick?
Yeah.
That was
No,
and
that
also
that
what
wasn't that wasn't Jalen Phillips, was it?
I'm pretty sure it was because Aiden O'Connell just threw it
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
5
right.
yards right into his hands. But is it crazy that Aiden O'Connell, when they would zoom in on him, he looks like Derek Carr?
He does. Yeah.
Like, for a minute there, and he wears number 4.
Yeah.
For a minute there, I thought that was Derek Carr in a Raiders jersey. I'm like, "Wait a minute, that something don't add up."
Yeah.
But, yeah, the Raiders offense just frauds after that first half.
Yeah. Brutal. Josh
Legit.
Jacobs is so bad.
Not a good year for running backs right now.
Yeah, 14 carries, 39 yards in this game, a long of 9 yards.
Wow. That's not great.
And he only caught 1 pass for 12 yards. It's not bad, but yeah, brutal. Devontae Adams had a great game. Finally, 7 receptions, 82 yards, and a touchdown. But Tyreek Hill outshadowed him. 10 receptions, 146, and a touchdown on only a long of 38. And he had the longest play of the day for Miami. I think that was part of the reason they didn't score as many points. It seemed like that big playability just was not there. Obviously, A-Chain didn't really do much. He was just coming off the IR. They didn't even know if they were going to use him in this game. Doesn't really do much. And then, Raheem Mostert had a decent game, not his most efficient, but not a bad one. 22 carries, 86 yards.
Yeah, I think for Mostert, the biggest thing was they just didn't use him in the passing game as much.
Yeah,
They looked more to Ahmed and even Robbie Anderson getting a couple receptions.
Robbie
Or should
Chosen.
I Robbie Chosen. My bad. Sorry, Robbie. But like you said, but also, Tyreek scared us a little bit. He came off the field middle of the second quarter, didn't come back till the third. But, it seems like Tua focuses on one receiver at a time.
Yeah.
So Tyreek would get like 3 receptions at a time. He comes off the field. Jalen Waddle gets 4 receptions. It's just like he needs to do better at just like spreading the ball out more consistently.
Yeah, I definitely agree, but I think it's kind of hard to do that when you have a guy like Tyreek Hill on the team.
Yeah, I mean, you have a guy that you can just throw it. You can just throw it downfield, and he's just gonna run under.
Yeah,
But he's a little dude, so we do see a lot of overthrows, which is
true.
surprisingly that he only had 11 targets.
Yeah,
So that's pretty solid.
yeah. No, it definitely wasn't a bad game. Um, but let's move on to the next one. Giants versus Commanders, an NFC Beast matchup, and the Giants surprise them all. Tommy DeVito and the Giants win 31-19. I guess I have to start respecting Tommy DeVito. I've been a dick to him since he came into the game a couple weeks ago. Um, that was just a little bit of ACC rivalry fun. Then again, he got sacked 9 times in this game.
Yeah, the fact Dude,
That's insane.
Sam Howell just struggled today.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad. But
Yeah.
Tommy DeVito found his new favorite player, Saquon Barkley, twice in the end zone. Passing, both passing, by the way.
Yeah.
Saquon didn't run a touchdown. He only had 14 carries for 83 yards, so not horrible.
No.
Pretty efficient day on the ground. But he was the tied leading receptionist for 4 receptions, both 5 targets.
No. You just said he was the tied leading receptionist?
Yeah,
He was the tied leading receiver.
receptionist.
No, a receptionist is somebody that answers the phones at the front desk.
But they also, do you not hear people say receptionist on TV?
No.
All right, well, go back and listen to this exact game because you will hear it.
Okay, whatever. Darius Slayton was better. 4 receptions, 82
Whatever.
yards, and a touchdown. But
He
yeah,
should be.
Tommy
He's the
DeVito.
fucking wide receiver.
I know. Tommy DeVito, 3 touchdowns is insane. Didn't throw any picks. It's crazy. Once again, he got sacked 9 times. That's up to the Giants' offensive line. Yeah, I just did not expect the Giants to put up 31. They kind of sealed the deal there at the end with the pick 6 from Isaiah Simmons. But yeah, just ridiculous game to watch.
I for sure thought the Commanders were going to come in and win this game.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
definitely.
But hey, on the bright side, Jahan Dotson caught a couple passes. You know, that's 3 receptions in 2 weeks. So good on him. See what happens when you throw in the ball? You lose.
Brian
So stop.
Robinson, 7 receptions, 58 yards. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's
He
like
had a good
last
day
week.
on the ground, too.
Yeah, he's starting to become a more efficient runner.
Yeah.
But also they were missing Antonio Gibson this week, so he got majority of the snaps.
Yeah. Chris Rodriguez had a pretty good game. 6 carries, 43 yards is very good. Sam Howell had a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, but 3 picks in this one. I think in total, they turned the ball over 6 times.
Mhm. Yeah, 'cause they lost 3 fumbles.
Yeah.
Logan Thomas,
Lost 3
Byron Pringle.
fumbles, threw 3 interceptions. That killed him. Like, you're not going to win a game doing that.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yes. So that one kind of tells the story, but otherwise, a fun game to watch, very entertaining. I think that kind of was the story for a lot of these games. Like, yeah, we had a couple that ended up being blowouts, but a lot of people played some close games, good performances around. And that kind of leads me into this game. The Cowboys versus the Panthers. The Cowboys win 33-10, mainly in part to 16 points in the fourth quarter, but this was a close one. It was 17-10 going into the fourth quarter. Like, I think like the Panthers looked pretty good in that first half. At least by the third quarter they were keeping up with the Cowboys, which definitely surprised me, but Dak had a okay game. 25 for 38, 189 and 2 touchdowns, but no picks and didn't get sacked once. That's big. But finally, Tony Pollard had a pretty good game. He finally finds the end zone for the first time since week 1. He had 12 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown, along with his 4 receptions for 19 yards. Was very surprised that CeeDee Lamb was not getting targeted as much, only 9 targets in this game. He seems like he's been getting somewhere around, 12 to 15, considering he's had 3 straight weeks of 10-plus receptions. But Brandon Cooks didn't look too bad, 3 receptions, 42 yards. This was just an interesting game from the Dallas offense, but, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But we can flip it over, and Deron Bland, seals the deal with that pick 6.
Yeah.
His
He's
4th
ridiculous.
one this year.
Yeah.
That is
crazy.
insane. That is absolutely insane. And I'm gonna be honest, I know he's a rookie, but God, Bryce Young is shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop saying it. The Panthers really fucked themselves over not
The
getting
thing
CJ
is
Stroud.
the Panthers organization at this point probably doesn't regret that pick.
No.
Because think about what's around these guys. Think about what CJ Stroud has in, Laramie Tunsil in front of him and guys like that. And then, of course, the talent across that team with Dalton Schultz and Nico Collins and the rookie, his fellow rookie Tank Dell. You had
Ooh,
Damian Pearson, Devin Singletary. Like, there's a lot of guys to help them out, and they have a pretty good defense. The Panthers have nothing. The
yeah,
Panthers have Bryce Young, Adam Thielen.
and Tommy Tremble.
Yeah, exactly. And fucking Chuba Hubbard every other week.
It's so bad. Like I feel bad for Bryce.
Yeah,
Like he just can't get anything done. But at the end of the day, it makes him look bad
it does. It
when he
does.
can't do it. Because at the end of the day, when an offense can't produce, who who does everybody blame?
Yeah,
The quarterback.
of course. But you could also blame Dallas's insanely good defensive line. Micah Parsons, 2.5 sacks. He
Yeah,
looked ridiculous.
you can say that, but this is just a reoccurring theme for the Panthers.
True.
Everybody's defensive line looks great against the Panthers.
Yeah, but the Cowboys' defensive line is undoubtedly very good.
Yeah, it's probably best in the NFL.
It's close. I think the 49ers have them there.
Yeah. I think Dallas might have the best secondary in the NFL.
Yeah, and they don't even have Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah. Which is, can be a good thing with the amount of pass interference he has.
True. But yeah, Deron Bland's been crazy. This whole Dallas team has been so hot the last couple of weeks. Like, yes, they lost to the Eagles, but that game was crazy. That
Yeah.
loss to the Eagles. Like, I don't really blame them for losing. And it was a close one, but like the offensive performances they've been having have been fantastic.
Yeah, and that was in Philly. In 3
Yeah.
weeks, we're gonna see Cowboys Eagles in Dallas.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big one. Let's get into the next game, though, an AFC South matchup, the Titans versus the Jags, and the Jaguars win it 34-14. Will Levis officially dog shit. 13 for 17, 158, 2 touchdowns. Like, he didn't really have a bad game. He just didn't do much. No picks, only got sacked twice, but they couldn't run the ball. Chris Moore was tied for the most rushing yards, except he had 1 carry, and Derrick Henry had 10. Derrick Henry is washed. Can we say that yet?
Yeah, he needs to hang him up.
Okay, cool. Because, like, this is not new.
He's just running like slower than ever right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's
He
crazy.
can't break away. Like he's just killing himself. He's just not the explosive runner he used to be.
Yeah, you're definitely right. DeAndre Hopkins did have a game, a good game. Chris Moore as well. His 1 carry for 38 yards was sick. His 1 reception for 49 yards was better. I don't even know who Chris Moore is. I'm gonna be honest. But he got the ball in his hands twice and he delivered.
Yeah. Besides Will Levis, best offensive player, and he only touched the ball twice.
Yeah,
Like that's insane.
crazy. Will Levis also fumbled the ball and lost it in that game. But for Jacksonville, this was like the offensive performance they needed to have. Trevor Lawrence had a pretty good game. 24 for 32, 262, and 2 touchdowns. Didn't throw a pick. Got sacked once, only for 1 yard. And then Etienne had a solid game. 14 carries, 52 yards. He also had 3 receptions for 7 yards. But Calvin Ridley showing back up, finally. 7 receptions, 103, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and I can't remember because this is another game I really just didn't watch, but I'm pretty sure Etienne left the game with an injury, so that's why we see the carry increase from Bigsby and Dearness Johnson.
Yeah,
So, like I said, injuries falling left and right.
definitely.
Zay
Yeah.
Jones is back though.
Yeah, Zay Jones is back. Didn't do all that much. 4 receptions, 20 yards. Isn't that bad at all for your return, but hopefully
First
he'll be
game
able to
back.
do a little bit more down the road. Because they're in a heated race with the
Yeah.
next teams we'll be talking about, or one of the next teams we'll be talking about, the Cardinals versus the Texans, and the Texans. They're hot on the Jags' tails. This win, a 21-16 win, not all that impressive. C.J. Stroud more than doubled his career interceptions in this game with 3 picks, but 27 for 37, 336, and 2 touchdowns kind of counteracted the 3 interceptions. Got him the win. Devin Singletary, an amazing running performance, 22 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown. This team looks unstoppable, including Tank Dell.
Yeah, Tank Dell took a snap at quarterback, got sacked.
True.
But that rookie-to-rookie connection is insane.
Yeah. Also, I didn't watch this game. Why did Davis Mills get on the field?
Oh, C.J. Stroud went to the medical tent
Mhm.
in the
Okay.
beginning of the third quarter. Trust me, my heart stopped. Also, who is this Alexander Madison, and why is he just running all over the Broncos?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, what is
But
that run? Oh my god.
yeah, right?
How did he even do that?
I don't know, but going back to it, man, C.J. Stroud is putting up ridiculous numbers as a rookie. Like, it is
Yeah,
insane.
it's insane.
But like you said earlier, his offensive weapons are unstoppable. Tank Dell, explosive. Who would have thought? I know
Yeah,
you and Luke thought that because we talked
definitely.
about it. Nico Collins is your wide receiver one who's just consistent right now.
Yeah,
Robert Woods is back getting some of the love. Dalton Schultz is your solid tight end that can get you 30 to 70 yards every week
and a touchdown.
who has a ceiling of like 150.
Yeah,
But I think what's really impressive is Devin Singletary.
I agree. He's been
To
amazing.
step up in an absent Dameon Pierce, he is a monster right now.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely
been
tearing it up.
fantastic. Quite the opposite, though, for the Cardinals offense. Kyler Murray, not a great day. 20 for 30, 214, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, got sacked 3 times. And then the run game, James Conner had a pretty good day, 14 carries, 62 yards, and Kyler ran pretty well as well, 7 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Nothing else coming out of him, really. Like Greg Dortch had a decent game, actually a pretty good game. Excuse me, 6 receptions, 76 yards, and then Rondale Moore had 1 catch for a 48-yard touchdown. Trey McBride still just giving some sure hands to the quarterback, but overall, this Cardinals offense just simply isn't enough for the Texans.
Why is Greg Dortch your leading target? Like,
I
why
don't know,
why does Hollywood Brown only have 5 targets?
because he can't catch the fucking ball.
Just saying, man. It's just Greg Dortch hasn't been relevant since like week 14 of last year.
That's a good point. Um, yeah, Blake Cashman, shout out. 19 total tackles and a sack. He was
Yeah,
all over the place.
it's nasty.
Yeah, and the 7 passes defended by the Texans was great as well. Stingley and Christian Harris both have 2, and then you get 1 from DeAndre Houston Carson, Steven Nelson, and Blake Cashman as well.
Texas defense looks good.
It does. I really like him. Not much Will
Well,
Anderson other than the sack in this game, but just seems like he's not quite there. Like he's not at an elite level in the NFL just yet. At least like some people were anticipating. Yeah, I know, but I think people were anticipating like the way he looked in college to just immediately translate to the NFL. I think that's so hard to do as a defensive end because like you were going up against guys that were weighing in at like 275 at right tackle or left tackle.
At
These are like 330-pound, 6'7" giants that can move.
Yeah. Everyone expecting him to be Aiden Hutchinson, basically,
Yeah.
what he is over in Detroit. But, I mean, Will Anderson is still sneaking in 1 or 2 sacks about every game.
Yeah.
And he's still making his presence known, always applying pressure to the quarterback.
Yeah.
So I think he's doing exactly
I don't know what you're saying. Sorry, I have to cut you off because you said that he's sneaking in 1 or 2 sacks every game. He has 2 sacks this season.
I swear we've been looking at where he's just been sneaking in sacks. There's just no way he only has 2 sacks.
He has 2 sacks.
Really?
Yeah, he's got 20 tackles.
I don't know.
Solos. I think he has been getting tackles for loss.
That's
Yeah.
my brain's all over the place right now. But touchdown Vikings.
Oh.
Ed Oliver.
Dude. Of course. course, a touchdown for Ed Oliver.
Or at
Jesus.
least I'm almost positive that's his first name. I could have just butchered that,
I
but
think
that's
it
what
is
we're
Ed
gonna go with.
Oliver.
We're gonna go with
They're
it.
not going to show his name on the screen?
Probably not, but we're gonna go with it.
All right. Yeah. You heard it here first. Ed Oliver. It's not Ed Oliver. It's Josh Oliver.
That's what I thought. Ed Oliver's the defensive player for the Bills.
Yep.
I just realized that in my head.
Yeah. When you said Ed Oliver, I was like, okay, that
Oh,
sounds
dude,
like a tight end's name. And then I kept saying it, and I had to keep saying it out loud to be like, no. Nope.
Yeah, sorry I'm feeding y'all false information. It won't happen
It's
again.
fine. Nobody said we were a reputable source. But let's move on to the next game. 49ers and the Buccaneers. The 49ers take it 27-14. This Brandon Ayuk. Let's start with him. 5 receptions on 6 targets, 156 yards and a touchdown, including his 76-yard touchdown.
He's making me look like a bad GM right now.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of players making you look like a bad GM right now, Colin.
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about it.
Not Aaron Jones.
No, but hey, let's look at this. Christian McCaffrey is starting a new streak starting today.
Yeah. Otherwise, not an amazing game. At
Very
least for
average.
Christian McCaffrey. 21 carries, 78 yards. When I see McCaffrey is running the ball 20 times, I just assume it's going to be in the triple digits. And I think that's an unfair standard, but it feels like that should be the case. And then 5 receptions, 25 yards, and then the receiving touchdown, of course. For Tampa, it just seemed like nobody was like leading the charge here. Like Baker had an average day, Rachaad White had a bad day. Nobody else really ran the ball, and then no receiver had like a super good day either.
Yeah, I mean, when your leading receivers, Cade Otton with 49 yards, it's not great. Chris Godwin had 6 catches for 39 yards.
Yeah, he
So
finally caught a majority of his targets, unlike Mike Evans. 12 targets, 5 receptions.
That's bad.
Yeah. It's just an interesting game.
This is like for Tampa, this was a game of 1-yard touchdowns. You're only going to score a touchdown if you're on the 1-yard line.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Rachaad White,
for the 49ers, Brock Purdy's so back, dude. 21 for 25, 333 and 3 touchdowns. Wow.
They had the whole stadium doing MVP chants.
Yeah, a perfect passer rating in this game for Brock Purdy. Just an amazing game for the 49ers. It almost feels like they should have scored more points.
Yeah, very quiet day for Deebo Samuel.
Yes, very quiet. 3 receptions, 63 yards ain't bad. He had the 40-yard reception that was pretty big.
Yeah, but 1 carry for -1 yards. Like, what are we doing? We got to be better than that, Deebo.
Colin, you're just mad because he got you negative, or from that negative rushing yard, negative 0.1 points.
Listen. As a proud owner, I just need to see the ball in his hands more. All right, he's a playmaker.
Bro, he had 9.2 points. That's the same as Jamar Chase this week.
That's cool. I need more.
All right. You heard it here first, Debo. Yeah. Colin needs more out of you.
Do better. Hey, do better.
No. Fred Warner is insane. I think we all knew that, though. Same with Dre Greenlaw, the guy that stands right next to him. They're both absurd players. Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young all record a sack in this game as well. Dude, this 49ers defense is just absurd.
This defense adding Chase Young was like the best thing that they could have.
Dude, think about the fact that as a quarterback, you're standing there. There's 4 guys in front of you, okay? Chase Young, Javon Hargrave, Eric Armstead, and Nick Bosa. And then there's 2 guys behind them, and it's Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw.
Dude, that's and you still have Hufanga.
Yeah, you still have Talanoa Hufanga at free safety. You still also have Clelin Ferrell rotates into this defensive line. Like Travarius Ward in the secondary. It's literally ridiculous that they're allowed to have these players on the same team.
The only thing that would have been better than that Chase Young move is if they would have went out and got Pat Surtain.
Yeah, in a lockdown corner.
Oh,
But Tampa's defense wasn't bad either. 4 sacks, 2 sacks for Yaya Diaby, 1 for Levante David, and 1 for Vita Vea. It's just like,
it's the 49ers, man.
yeah.
If
Remember when we were disrespecting them for 3 weeks?
Yeah, but then they went out and got Chase Young, and then the switch just flipped. And
It
now
definitely
they took over NFC West.
Yeah,
They're back in the driver's seat.
they are. And we'll get to why later. But first, let's talk Jets-Bills.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Oh,
Oh.
Bills, 32. Jets. I can count it on my hands. 6. That is not good. Zach Wilson completed 1 more pass than they did score points. 7 completions, 15 attempts, 81 yards, a touchdown, a pick, and got sacked 5 times. And then he got pulled out of the game for Tim Boyle, who went 7 for 14, 33 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. Arguably worse somehow. Their best quarterback in this game was Thomas Morstead, their punter, on that fake punt for 18 yards.
Oh, and like Breece Hall, 10 carries, 23 yards.
Yeah. Dalvin Cook got 2 fucking touches.
And he ran the ball well on those 2 touches.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Also, Breece Hall, like, the amount of checkdowns they did was insane. 5 receptions for 50 yards.
He got a touchdown out of one of them. Yeah, Garrett Wilson. What happened, dude? 8 targets, 2 receptions, 9 yards.
Fumble.
Yeah, that too.
Garrett Wilson overrated?
1 for Xavier Gibson as well, a fumble. Or
that was
reception,
to open the game.
Both of them.
That was to open the game up on special teams.
Yeah. Not good.
All right. Who are we kidding? Let's just jump straight to Buffalo's defense.
Okay, Josh Allen had a good game with their new interim OC.
Yeah, he looked better.
But 20 for 32, 275, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. But it's a Jets defense. And then 1 sack for 12 yards. It's a shame that, the Bills' offense isn't their defense. Or sorry, the Jets, rather. If the Jets' offense was just their defense, they could throw picks and stop them from running it back.
Yeah, no, but when we look at it with the new OC,
yeah,
he utilizes the running backs a lot more in the passing game.
Yeah,
to take pressure off Josh Allen. That's the biggest thing that happened in that game, and that's why we saw a lot of success. But like you had Ty Johnson, James Cook, very effective in the passing game that opened up the big plays to Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, and even quiet day for Stephon Diggs. Very quiet.
Yeah, Khalil Shakir had a fantastic game, though. 3 receptions, 115 and a touchdown. And then Ty Johnson, 3 receptions, 47 yards and a touchdown. James Cook had a receiving touchdown. It was great. I like how they utilized the running backs. I liked that Khalil Shakir was such a hot topic. He's been just so solid this whole season, and for him to have a big game like this is pretty nice to see. Let's talk about the defense though. Leonard Floyd, 2.5 sacks. Tyrell Dodson, a sack. Ed Oliver, sack. The guy that we were trying to figure out who it was. Ed Oliver, got a sack. Shaq Lawson, sack. Terrell Bernard, half a sack. They looked ridiculous out there.
Rasul Douglas had 3 takeaways, 2 picks, and a forced fumble.
I think it was a recovery. I don't know if he did he force it?
No, he recovered it.
Yeah, just I don't know if there's that much else to say. Tyler Bass. Fantastic game for Tyler Bass. 4 field goals, a long of 50. 2 for 3 on extra points. I'll knock him down a peg there. But that was
an ugly game.
Yeah.
But the Bills, all right, let's look at this. Buffalo, this was a must-win situation for them.
Definitely.
Because going down the road next week, they got Philly. Then after that, you got the Chiefs. Then you got the Cowboys. Then the Chargers. And then you have the Patriots. Okay, you can breathe a little bit. Then you have the Dolphins. If they win out, oh yeah, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. Easy.
No, if they win out, they're going to choke in the first round.
Yeah, but honestly, listen to this. Last time they played the Patriots, they lost.
That's true.
They
Yeah,
could lose out here and
they
just
could.
absolutely be like
Do I think they will? No,
I
not
think
at
they
all,
beat I
actually.
think they beat the Chargers and I think they beat the Patriots. Honestly, I think they beat the Chiefs. I think they beat the
Maybe.
Chiefs, Chargers, and Patriots and go 3-3 to end the season.
TJ Hawkinson might have just had the most wide open pass ever.
Yeah, that's cool. Don't care.
Um, all right. Well, yeah, let's get into the final game that is at least concluded. Seahawks Rams. Rams win 17-16 after a missed field goal by Jason Sanders with like 2 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, but the way you just said that made it seem like it was an easy chip shot. That was a 55-yard field goal.
Yeah. No, it wasn't easy. That's for sure. My apologies if I made that seem like it was simple. Also, I think I said Jason Sanders. His name is
Yeah, that's
Jason Myers.
yeah. You're thinking of Miami's kicker.
Yes, I am. Yeah. Ugh, this game kind of sucked.
Yeah, Geno Smith leaves for a drive. Drew Lock comes in and throws a pick.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Kenneth Walker goes down early in the first quarter. Zach Charbonnet's got to take over. Doesn't really do too much.
No.
Yeah.
DK
So
had a good game.
yeah, DK, Tyler Lockett, Jason, I would say had good games in the passing game.
Yeah. But
That's it.
yeah, and then on the Rams side, Royce Freeman had a good game. 17 carries, 73 yards. Darrell Henderson had 6 carries, 1 yard, 1 touchdown.
Oh, dude.
That's
Oh,
that's dirty.
that's solid.
Stafford just oh man.
Couldn't get it going, man.
Yeah. I think
Got-
he had the least passing yards by him in a first half this season in this game, somewhere around like 65. Bad. Just bad. Cooper Kupp got hurt at some point. But 1 target for Cooper Kupp.
First quarter.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't see
Yeah.
a lot of stuff from him this game.
But
Goes
Puka
down
had a
and
good game.
they think he maybe re-injured something that could be sad news for the Rams. So I'm not going to say it. So I don't want to
Ooh.
speak it into existence because I
You
love
don't want
Cooper
to
Kupp.
speak at all.
I don't. I love Cooper Kupp, man. He saved me so many times last year.
You should have drafted him.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Fuck
You should have
off.
drafted him over Tyreek Hill in the first round.
Why? So what's up?
So you
Mike
could
could
have
have him.
0 wins.
So
But yeah, Puka Nacua, 5 receptions, 70 yards, and a touchdown. He had a great game. Nobody else though. Nobody else in the receiving game really did much. And like the defenses were good, but like they weren't amazing either.
yeah, it's weird. This was just a fucking weird game.
It was.
I
Yeah,
hated this game.
I did too.
But shout out Russ Yeast. What a solid name.
Yeah, we're not doing names on the NFL.
Just saying.
It's a
That's
good
the
name.
best. That's the best thing from this game.
Yeah, it probably is. All right, well, before we get into baseball, let's give a little update on Sunday Night Football thus far. The Vikings up 10-3. Josh Dobbs having a great game. 9 for 10, 99 yards and a touchdown. And then Alexander Madison, 8 carries for 45 yards. I'm sure he'll end the game at like 25 carries for 50 yards, but for now he's having a great game. And
Ty Chandler, 6 carries, 30 yards. So they're running the ball pretty well.
yeah, just kind of avoiding the corners, it appears. But then for Denver, like, I don't know what the deal is here. They're just, once again, not throwing down the field. Like, Russell Wilson will not throw a pass over 10 yards. He's completed 5 passes for a long of 9.
Yep, you go 9, 7, 6, 5, and 3.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It would have been nice if Javonte Williams had a 4-yard reception. And 7.654.
Yeah. But, we'll see. You got to get Cortland Sutton more involved. You got to get
Yeah.
Javonte Williams more involved.
Yeah. Not just for my fantasy team, but to be successful in the game. Like, those are two very important players to this offense. So, I don't know. I'm sure they'll figure it out, but there is an issue considering there's 5 completions and 3 of them have gone to running backs, and it's 3
Yeah.
different running backs.
That's not great.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing else is really happened in this game, at least of note.
Yeah, it's pretty boring.
Yeah, it is. 8 minutes left though in the second quarter. We'll continue to give you updates when we have anything to talk about. But Colin, let's okay, well, before I say this, so quite a few moves have gone down from the Braves in this offseason, and I figured since I have you here, we might as well talk about them. Not much else going on. We're really the only team making moves. So yeah, let's talk about these moves. So we'll start with the first one that happened. The Braves acquire Aaron Bummer from the Chicago White Sox for 5 guys, not the burger chain. Jared Schuster, Braden Shoemake, Mike Soroka, Nicky Lopez, and Riley Goins.
That's a lot.
It's a lot for a guy who had a really bad season. Was
Yeah.
very good from like 2019 through 2022. Very good pitcher. But you give up highly touted pitching prospect coming into the year, Jared Schuster. Highly touted shortstop prospect who went like 0 for 4 in his 1 appearance for the Braves. Mike Soroka, who I think we were ready to cut anyway. Same for Nicky Lopez, a guy that showed up in some games in the regular season, but that was really it. Yeah, no, he was good.
I liked him.
He was never going to be a long-term guy. But yeah, I definitely didn't hate him. And then a minor league pitcher in Riley Goins. I'm cool with it because, like, essentially, like, we save money by doing this. We save a ton of money because you don't have to cut the guys we were going to cut. We don't have to pay these younger guys their salaries, and we end up getting a guy that we can actually use in the bullpen in Aaron Bummer. I don't hate it, but I think it's more for what's going to come later, especially considering I think the next day, Atlanta, what happened?
Big catch by Cortland Sutton.
Yes!
Like 30, 40 yards.
Yeah, 33 yards. Let's go. All right, back to what I was saying. The next day, the Braves acquire Jackson Kowar from the Royals for Kyle Wright.
I feel like, we could have got a little more.
I feel like we could have too, but I have a feeling the Braves probably told the Royals, like, we're just trying to free up space. We don't want too many guys in return.
Yeah, there's
Here's a guy. Dumping. Yeah, they're salary dumping. And this is a guy that they were willing to give up. I don't know if it was the best move. I would have much rather given up Bryce Elder.
Yeah.
Personally. But, maybe he hasn't rehabbed from that injury quite right. And that could be the reason.
I see what you did there. That was a good one.
What?
Quite right.
Oh,
I see what you did there.
Yeah. I didn't even notice.
No, but yeah, no, it's definitely like weird because Kyle Wright, he's been solid for us.
2 seasons ago, he led the MLB in wins.
Yeah, I felt like could have got somebody a little bit. I can't really think of who from the Royals.
Yeah,
we would have been able to get. Not saying Bobby Witt or anything, but no, I'm just.
I would love to have him and put him at shortstop. Oh my God.
Kyle Wright, Vaughn Grissom, and Bryce Elder. You can go send us Bobby Witt.
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Heartbeat, man. Could you imagine?
Oh my God.
I'll send him.
Think about how many stolen bases we would have.
Yeah, I'll give him Orlando Arcia.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Dude, that'd be gross.
Even more moves come after this because everybody in the MLB had to decide who they were re-signing, who they were non-tendering from their team options. Braves non-tendered Yanni Chirinos, Colby Allard, Michael Tonkin, Angel Perdomo, Penn Murphy, Chadwick Trump, and Luke Williams. Once again, saving more money. So
Yeah,
now we have saved a ton of money off the payroll.
yeah. The only thing from that I didn't like getting rid of Michael Tonkin. I really liked him.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Like we relied on him a lot, and I really liked that.
Yeah, I think considering they decided to keep they decided to keep Pierce Johnson,
Yeah,
probably part of the reason, and like we're gonna have Tyler Matzik back as well, so that kind of changes things. But I think it's all just kind of leading up to two big moves. Because, like, after the first one, I was like, cool. Then you trade Kyle Wright, and I'm like, okay, well, this is a guy I was accounting for in our rotation.
yep.
That makes me think we're going after a starter and a really good reliever.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this. Some stars that come to mind: Blake Snell, Jack Flaherty. Bullpen. Maybe we make a push for Josh Hader. I thought he was gonna, probably sign with Philly, bolster that bullpen. Maybe he goes to the better team in the NL East. He comes home.
Maybe. Unfortunately, Aaron Nola re-signed with the Phillies, so that sucks.
It's fuck him.
7 years.
That's insane.
It is. That's a lot.
That's
7
insane.
years, I think 172.
But
yeah,
let me ask you. There's a lot of talk right now.
we're not getting Shohei Ohtani.
No, listen.
Okay.
Tell everybody why we're not.
Because he's not going to pitch, first of all, but we're going to get Josh Hader and Blake Snell. We don't need bats. We have the best offense in baseball.
Music to my ears. As much as I want Shohei Ohtani in our lineup, the better move, like you say, is to get Blake Snell or even Jack Flaherty, Sonny Gray, Yamamoto.
Yeah, Yoshinobu Yamamoto would be sick.
But I think Josh Hader, it's got to be a must.
I think he is, because there's not another reliever in this free agency market that even touches Josh Hader.
Yeah, it's got to be a must. He can be our closer.
Yeah, and then Rizzo could be the setup. I think I've already dreamed about this before.
I think we've talked about it before.
Probably. But just to reiterate, Josh Hader closes. Rizzo Iglesias is the setup. AJ Minter is right before him. Even Matzik could go before Rizzo, and Minter before Matzik. Like, whatever we do. Yeah, that would actually be sick. You
got Bummer now. Wait, you got Bummer.
Yeah, you have Bummer now. Okay. Let's say the starting pitcher goes 4 innings. Aaron Bummer, lefty. AJ Minter, Tyler Matzik, Rizzo Iglesias, and then Josh Hader to close it out, and you go lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty.
You started off with 3 lefties.
Oh, is AJ Minter a lefty? Fuck.
Yes.
Fuck.
No way you thought he was.
I forgot.
Ah. Yeah, we better hope that team's a very lefty-heavy team.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And not the Phillies.
Okay, well then maybe not Aaron Bummer.
You could throw Pierce Johnson in there.
Yeah, Pierce Johnson. There we go.
You go Matzik, Pierce Johnson, AJ Minter,
Jesse Chavez.
Fuck yeah, I'm down. Let him wear his hat while he pitches.
I will be okay with Jesse Chavez being signed for a lifetime contract.
Yeah, it's like how I wanted Pablo to be signed for a lifetime contract, just for his, his dances.
He's literally here for half a season.
Yeah, I wish we would have kept him. He should come back as a coach. His connection with Ozzy Albies is just amazing.
I think he's coaching somewhere.
Someone's got to fill the void that Ron Washington has left us with.
That's true. I'm actually interested in this. So I don't think we really talked much about this on the podcast. Ron Washington and Eric Young are both going to the Angels. I don't know who's going to be our base coaches.
I don't either, man. I'm so fucking scared.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you what. If Walt White steps onto that fucking field as a base coach, I'm going to lose my shit.
I'm not a Braves fan.
Like, I fuck with Walt Weiss.
He can
Cannot
he can
hate
stay in
those
the
guys.
dugout though.
Yeah.
Stay in the dugout, dude. It's just like, man. Also, like infield coach, who's gonna? Ron Washington is like the goat.
Yeah.
Eric Young at first, Ron Washington at third. No one matches that energy on the base paths.
Nope.
And let's just say Ozzy might be in some depression right now.
Yeah. We should go steal Eric Young Jr. from the Nationals to be our first
Oh,
base coach.
does Ron Washington have a son? Let's just get the
Maybe.
juniors in at the corners. Not he doesn't even have to be a baseball player. I don't care. He could be a
Yeah, just like some dude.
he could be a
An
biologist.
accountant.
I don't like that dig you just took.
What? A
Don't say
dig at
that word.
accountants?
Don't say that word around me.
Oh, because you can't pass an accounting class. Is that?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I'm struggling.
Well, you said you can't pass an accounting class?
Oh,
It's all right, man.
yeah, yeah. Yo, Double A's cooking something up in Atlanta. So
Yeah. I hope he is, at least.
yeah.
Um,
But just to reiterate, you know how nice it would have been to have both NL, AL MVPs
dude,
on one team.
we're not having the Shohei Ohtani conversation right now.
When it happens, I'm gonna send it to you and just be like, ha ha.
When Shohei Ohtani signs for the Braves, I will buy season tickets. One ticket. One
Yo,
season
no.
ticket.
No, you buy two.
Nah,
You buy two.
I can
You buy
afford
two.
two.
We'll go 50-50.
All right. If Shohei
Y'all
Ohtani
sign
goes to
your
the
first-
Braves, me and Colin are going to get season tickets. I'm not going to be able to go to any games.
Neither will I.
And we're just going to sell the tickets every single night and hopefully make a profit.
For way too much money.
Oh, yeah.
Put that shit on
Nosebleed,
Ticketmaster.
$700. I'll
Put that
sell
shit
my
on
parking
Ticketmaster.
pass, too.
Wait, might as well. We gave the Angels our best player / coach, Ron Washington.
Yeah, so then they could just give us Mike Trout as well.
No, I'd rather have Shohei.
No, give us Mike Trout and Shohei. Shohei DHs, Mike Trout plays left field.
Yo, so you just say fuck Azuna?
Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani sounds way better than Marcell Ozuna.
Yeah. Ohtani from Braves.
I don't think he sounds like. We're not going to be in person. We're not impersonating anybody on this podcast. Definitely not happening. Let's just totally change topics. So we avoid that clusterfuck. College football week 12 is in the books. It was like I wouldn't say it was a great week.
It was an interesting week.
It was interesting. Yeah.
Unless you're a Florida State fan, then it was a fucking sad week.
Yes, it definitely was. We'll get to that though.
Yeah.
It still hurts. All right, yeah, we'll start with Georgia. We'll start with our ranked versus ranked matchups. Number 1, Georgia, 38. Number 18, Tennessee, 10. Tough.
No, what's tough is Jalen Wright, 9 carries for 90 yards, even though he opened up the game with a 75-yard run.
Yeah.
That's the definition of tough.
Yeah, Georgia's defensive line shut him down real quick after that one.
They humbled him.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's like Georgia does this thing where like they let the opponent score first, and then they just rip all hope away from them.
It's like they need like the fuel to start the game. They're like, "Oh, we're losing? Not anymore." And then they just they go off.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? But a very quiet game from Dejon Edwards.
Yeah, I did notice that, but Kendall Milton had a pretty solid game. 14 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. But this was a passing game for them for sure. Dylan Bell, first of all, attempted a pass, got a touchdown on it. Big ups to him because he also had 5 receptions for 90 yards and a touchdown. But yeah, Carson Beck had a great game. 24 completions on 30 attempts, 298, 3 touchdowns, no picks. A fantastic game for him. And then Marcus Rosemy Jack Saint, 7 receptions, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like we said, Dylan Bell had a great game. Brock Bowers, 7 receptions, 60 yards, and a touchdown. No one else really doing much. Was Ladd McConkey out?
He had to have been. For him not to have a catch, he had to have been.
Yeah. I would love to talk about, great performances on Tennessee's side, but there was none.
No,
Um,
not at all. Aaron Beasley recovered a fumble. That's the best she got.
yeah. Uh,
Like it was a shit show. They didn't score in the second half.
yeah. It was bad. It was really bad.
Does that
Um,
remind you of another game earlier in the season where they didn't score in the second half? Alabama, Tennessee.
uh, it didn't directly remind me of it.
Uh,
Um,
Sorry, just me.
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of Tennessee football. They kind of suck.
Yes, yeah. Squirrel White's kind of mid. Just saying.
Nah, Square White's goated. So is Chaz Nimrod.
Dude, those names are solid.
Dude, top 3 receivers on Tennessee. Goated.
Yeah.
McAllen
Oh,
Castles.
that's right. I said that last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joe Milton fucking sucks.
Yeah. He does.
He's not great.
He was
Not great.
actually completing short passes for a change. That was
Cool.
nice.
He sucks.
Like nobody had bigger than a long of 21.
He sucks. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Joe Milton sucks. All right, no names. We've talked about these teams' names too many times.
Yep.
So let's go to the next one. Another big matchup. Number 5, Washington, 22. Number 11, Oregon State, 20. A close fought battle. Oregon State, I feel like, wanted it more in that second
Yeah.
half. The fact that Washington didn't score in the second half is crazy.
Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic for Michael Penix to have 162 passing yards and only 2
Yeah.
touchdowns.
Yeah, like just for him to attempt only 28 passes is crazy.
Rome Odunze still had a great game.
Yeah.
7 catches for 106 yards and 2
It's fucking
touchdowns.
effortless for him. But, like, no Jalen Polk. At least he didn't catch a ball that I know. So I don't even know if he was on the field. Jalen McMillan, I think, is still out. So you're definitely missing big weapons in the receiving game. So it makes sense that Rome Odunze got, a bulk of it. But Dylan Johnson had another pretty good game. 16 carries, 89 yards. And then Penix, his 3 carries for 22 yards, got him a rushing touchdown. But, yeah, DJ kind of choked. 2 picks.
Crucial.
Yeah. Damian Martinez, though, is insanely good.
Oh, yeah. That was
He scored both of Oregon State's touchdowns en route to 26 carries for 123 yards.
Yeah. I will say, if Oregon State's OC knew how to call a play, they would have won this game.
Yeah.
The right play. They fucking blew that. This was their game to win.
Yeah. I definitely question overall the coaching late in that game because they definitely could have won.
Easily. But at the end of the day, Washington stays undefeated. But, interesting performance. Like,
Yeah.
makes you wonder what's going to happen in that conference championship against Oregon.
Yeah, because now that's clinched.
I think Oregon's going to beat the fuck out of them.
I think so, too.
Oregon looks so damn
that offense is hot at the right time.
Yeah. Troy Franklin looks unstoppable right now.
Easton Mascarenhas Arnold.
Oh, we're doing fucking names, are we?
Yeah.
Shit. Get back to it.
I see one on Washington that I hope you don't see.
I probably do. It's definitely. Dude, I'm running out of time. Mikel Esteen.
Thule. Hold
Yeah,
on.
if you can't pronounce it, it doesn't count.
No,
Man.
it does. Thule. I heard them say it on the broadcast. It's Latula Gasanoa. Latula Gasanoa. Bang.
Solid. All right, you take that one.
All right. Next game. Another ranked versus ranked. Number 17, Arizona. 42. Number 22, Utah. 18. Arizona. Once again, coming up big in a big game.
Yeah, they dropped 21 in the first quarter.
Yeah. Huge.
Like, that quarterback for Arizona is no joke.
Yeah, he is great.
Jonah Coleman, 14 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Nasty. McMillan, 8 receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown. Nasty.
Michael Wiley, 5 receptions, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns.
It's ridiculous. Montana.
Oh, yeah, hit that.
Montana Lemonius Craig.
Yes. touchdown.
1 reception, 32 yards, touchdown.
Yeah, and for Utah, Bryson Barnes threw the ball way too much.
Yeah, 53 attempts in college is wild for
Yeah,
Utah.
yeah, especially for Bryson Barnes. He's the backup. Like Cam Rising, if he needed to throw 53 times, I respect that. This is Bryson Barnes. This man literally like grew up raising pigs.
He also ran the ball 19 times.
Yeah. If anything, if you want a quarterback in that's going to run the ball, use Jaquindon Jackson.
Yeah.
Man,
Apparently he was already better than Bryson Barnes.
yeah, he used to be a quarterback. Man is a 6'2", 228 running back.
Yeah, I
But
mean Utah's turnovers just killed him in this
yeah,
game.
yeah.
And
Good
Arizona
games though
really
from Devon Vele, 9 receptions, 111 and a touchdown, and then Munir McClain, 6 receptions, 70 yards and a touchdown. But yeah, like you're gonna have to score a lot of points to keep up with this Arizona team right now.
Yeah.
Because they're firing. But
Ephesians Prysock.
oh shit, that is
That,
good.
that's goated, bro.
I don't
That
know
is
if I can beat that.
Yeah, I don't think you are. I'm looking at it right now. That
There might be a contender here.
no.
J. Iviayun Celestine.
Jack Baumeister, punter for Utah.
What about just Travis Broughton?
Kyle Ostendorp.
Ooh.
Nah, fuck it. I got you.
Jack
Next.
Jack Baumeister.
That's what I just said that.
Did you?
Yeah, that was the
Oh yeah, that was the first one you said. My bad. I lost.
first one I said was Ephesians
Oh
Prysock.
yeah.
That name is goaded.
That is a sick ass name.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, number 21, Kansas State 31. Number 25, Kansas 27. A close one.
Good game.
Yeah, a really good game. We got, DJ Giddens had a great game on the ground for Kansas State. 21 carries, 102 and a touchdown. Will Howard also ran in a touchdown as well as passed for 2 of them. Not a fantastic game passing for Will Howard, but a pretty respectable performance considering the rushing touchdown. And then, Jace Brown, 4 receptions, 96 yards. Ben Sinnott had a touchdown. Keegan Johnson had a touchdown. But for Kansas, they were obviously, really missing their starting quarterback in this game. Cole Ballard just not quite good enough.
Yeah, I mean that's why we see a really strong game from Devin Neal, 18 carries, 138 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
So they really, ran the ball well, not really passing the ball well. The 2 turnovers shot him in the foot there.
yeah, definitely. But like overall, this game, it was a great game to watch. Not much happened. It was just kind of like back and forth. Like this team scores, this team scores. This team kicks a field goal, this team kicks a field goal. And then, it culminates in a Kansas State win, but not by a wide margin.
No, not at all.
All right, let's talk some upsets. Number 20, North Carolina gets upset by the Clemson Tigers. 31-20. Cade Klubnik looks like a real quarterback. Will Shipley looks like a real running back. And North Carolina looks like a real fraud.
They just love getting upset.
Yeah. Well, they I don't know what the deal. Drake May, I think he's good, but he's trying to prove me wrong every week.
He beats the good teams.
Yeah.
But he loses against the shit teams.
Yeah.
I won't call Clemson a shit team. Like they're a good, solid
they're
team.
not bad.
But Virginia and Georgia Tech, you have no excuse.
Yeah. But like a Marion Hampton, amazing. Every week.
Game.
Every time. 19 carries, 178 and 2 touchdowns. For Clemson, Will Shipley tried to meet him. He tried to match him. Not quite enough. 18 carries, 126 and a touchdown. But overall, like Clemson looked much better offensively than I've seen them play in most of their games this year.
Yeah. And going back to Marion Hampton, he did lose 2 fumbles that really cost them some. So Yeah, he had a great day on the ground, but when it came down to it, those fumbles changed the game a lot
Yeah. I'm
because
sorry.
they
I
were
have to interrupt you real quick. There's a guy on the North Carolina defense named Kevin Hester.
no. Said Kevin Hester,
Yeah. Kevin Hester Jr.
bro.
I saw that and I was like, Devin Hester. Nope. Kevin Hester.
He's trying to be the next Devin Hester. Does he take punt returns? No. Okay.
Loser.
Should have.
Yeah.
Change your position right now, bud.
Figure it out, dude. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, Clemson's defense, though, I will give them their props. They look pretty good. They sacked Drake May 4 times. Jeremiah Trotter 1 time. Khalil Barnes. Rook. I don't know how to say his last name. I've heard it on the broadcast before, but I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna
And
attempt it.
TJ Parker all getting sacks in this game. Just overall, probably one of Clemson's best performances thus far. It's like
Oh,
this game, and then yes, they lost to Florida State, but that was still a great performance. And then the win over Notre Dame as well.
yeah. Basically, they look much better than that opening game against Duke.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and a big part of that's Will Shipley.
Yeah,
He is a fat piece of that offense, so it's good for him to be back.
a fat piece of that offense.
Fat piece. Man, you take Will Shipley out, they look like shit.
I guess, yeah.
You put him in there, and he's fucking winning games now.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was the only ranked team that got upset. So that
Not what
kind
you
of
want to
gives you
see.
a view of the whole week itself. Other upsets though that happened, we're not going to talk about them much. James Madison lost to App State.
That game was fucking
Yeah,
horrible.
it was.
I'm sorry.
I think they jinxed James Madison by sending game day there.
Probably. That
It
game was
it
fucking,
should have been in Corvallis, Oregon, for Oregon State, Washington.
yeah, 100%.
But I don't blame him. James Madison's a fun story. But let's go ahead and just look at the top teams and how they played. Number 2, Ohio State, 37. Minnesota, 3. Just 3 of those points. Oh, man. A bad one for Minnesota's quarterback.
Yeah, not great.
Athan Kalia
You got it. Kali-
Kaliakmanis.
Kaliak Manus.
Sure. I feel like you were. Did you try to make it sound like you said Manus or
Yeah,
Manus?
Manus.
It sounded like you said Manus, which sounded a
I,
whole lot like anus.
I might have said that. I don't know.
Okay. Kyle McCord is still okay.
Yeah,
Traven
that's all.
Henderson is still the leader of this offense, though.
Yeah,
15 carries, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns. But
yeah,
the one thing I am happy about, Emeka Egbuka. 5 receptions,
yeah.
83 yards. He's finally getting in on it. Marvin Harrison Jr. did catch a touchdown, of course, and so did Cade Stover. But Emeka, way more yards than either of them.
Yeah.
Not much else to talk about, though. They just stomped them.
No, this game fucking sucked, and I
Yeah.
don't give two flying fucks about
Yeah.
Ohio State. So,
But the next game, a little bit different. Number 3,
oh, dude, I
Michigan.
wanted it to happen.
Number 3, Michigan, 31. Maryland, 24.
I wanted it to
Ooh.
happen so bad, man.
JJ
Talia,
McCarthy is ass.
yeah, he's horrible. He should have never been in. No one should have said JJ McCarthy and Heisman in the same sentence.
No,
If you
unless
did
you're
that,
saying he's not winning it.
yeah, it's fucking horrible. And also, Blake Corum ran the ball 28 times for only 94 yards. Horrible.
Yeah, he did have 2 touchdowns, though.
Yeah, it's who cares?
Michigan,
Who cares?
who won because of that.
Yeah. Well, they would have lost, but Talia wanted to be a little bitch and throw 2 picks.
Yeah, and like the safety in the fourth quarter.
What?
Tough
I'm
look.
pretty sure did they have 2 safeties. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think they had one in the first quarter as well.
Yeah, they had one in the first and the fourth quarter.
That's not good.
Yikes. Yeah, not good at all.
Yeah, overall, like Michigan didn't play all that well. Maryland didn't really play all that well either. But it
Yo,
was
all
close,
right,
man. Maryland played
hear
them
me
well.
out. Hear me out. Maryland's rushing leader, Roman Hemby, 11 carries, 35 yards. Billy Edwards Jr., 4 carries, 3 yards, 3 touchdowns.
How? Who
That
the fuck is Billy
he's got to be a
Edwards?
fullback, right? Got to be a fullback.
Nope. He is listed as a quarterback.
No way.
Yep.
What?
He must be
That's
their QB sneak quarterback.
running a couple tush pushes on the goal line.
I guess so. Talia definitely wasn't.
Nah, he sucks.
He got sacked so many times, dude. 4 sacks, and he had negative 43 rushing yards in the game. That's not good.
And he fumbled, which led to a touchdown. So, dude, poor guy. It's just kidding.
Yeah.
Michigan's defense is pretty solid.
Yeah, I was about to say Michigan's lucky they have a great defense. That kind of carried them in this one.
Yeah, so, but if they play like this, man, I think Ohio State's going to walk all over them.
That's true. I don't know. We'll have to see. I do think that Harbaugh not being there hurt them in this one because like this is a real opponent. Okay, I gotta take that back. They played Penn State last week. That was a real opponent as well. That one though, it was like Harbaugh had his fingers all over that game. This one was genuinely just the players played bad, and they didn't have somebody to keep them in check.
Well, he won't be there for Ohio State.
Exactly, and I think that hurts them a lot.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing Michigan can do is their ability to take away the ball, turnovers. You got Kyle McCord who likes to turn over the ball.
But I think it goes the same way for Ohio State, who also has a great defense, and they're facing J.J. McCarthy, who likes to throw a pick here and there when he does throw the ball.
Here's the thing. Ohio State has a great run defense. That's the only thing Michigan can do well.
Yeah, that's true.
And Michigan, Roman Wilson left the game early in this game. So we'll see how he's feeling against Ohio State because that's their best receiver that they need to beat Ohio State.
Yeah, agreed. All right, next game. Number 4, Florida State. 58. The North Alabama Lions, 13. After the first quarter, we were down 13-0.
Against North Alabama.
Might be wondering why. Jordan Travis got, I don't even know what the injury is yet. I don't think they've said. I believe it's like a broken ankle, though. That's what it looked like.
It looked like his leg just snapped in half.
Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely gonna miss every game, including the bowl game, whichever one we get into. Hopefully the college football playoff. Hope. No. I want to make it. I want to make it, and I want Tate Rodemaker to lose. Yeah, Tate Rodemaker came in at quarterback. Took him a little while to settle in, but ended the game 13 for 23, 217, 2 touchdowns. But the running game saved our ass in this one. Like, as soon as Jordan Travis went out of the game, it was just all running. And Keziah Holmes was great. C.J. Campbell Jr., Samuel Singleton Jr., Lawrence Toafili. Trey Benson really didn't do much, honestly. And then in the passing game, like Jaheim Bell, 2 receptions, 59 yards. Keon Coleman, 3 receptions, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Nobody else really doing all that much either. But I am happy. Like, I know this is a shit opponent. I'm happy that after Jordan left the game, we were able to rattle off 58 unanswered points.
Yeah, you rallied behind it, your guy, your captain that went down, and they're gonna have to do this without him now. So, they gotta, lift Tate Rodemaker up and carry him if they want a chance. Because you got Florida's gonna be battle, like we said, battle of the backups.
Yeah, Graham Mertz is out.
Then it's set. You got Louisville in the ACC championship. That's gonna be a tough matchup.
Yeah, I just hope, and I guess we could save this for our top 10 list. I hope that the College Football Playoff Committee has the integrity to, if we win both of these next 2 games, we make the College Football Playoff.
Oh, 100%.
Because if they knock us out for doing exactly what Ohio State did in 2014, or 2014-15, which was lose both of their starter and their backup. Cardale Jones comes in and they win a fucking national championship. If they take that opportunity away from us, it will be 100% fucking bullshit.
Yeah, Grayson will literally riot.
Yeah, I will. Gladly.
Yeah, Grayson might be sick if that happens. And y'all will need to check on him by listening into the podcast every week, twice a week to check
Because
on
I
him.
will not leave my room.
He's going to run a 24-hour live stream.
Yeah, I'm going to do a subathon.
Oh, no. But, dude, prayers up to Jordan Travis because that was – I wanted to throw up so
It
bad.
was bad.
Not great. But
I mainly wanted to throw up because we were losing 13-0.
yeah,
and then I watched the video of the injury and I wanted to die.
I was talking with Nathan when that happened. I literally I asked him, I was like, "You think Grayson's doing okay?" It's like he's at work, he's struggling. He's probably in the back just breaking shit.
I was pretty close to doing that. There was a point in time where I walked to the back, I got on my phone, and I just watched the video of Jordan Travis getting hurt. Then I maybe threw a box cutter against the wall. Maybe.
Dark
But yeah, that's really all I got to talk about with that game. They played North Alabama. There's nothing notable that happened.
Yeah, I think the defense really did well.
Yeah, the defense showed up after the first 2 drives where they scored touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I'm not mad about the result. I'm mad about what came out of it.
The journey.
Yeah.
Not mad about the destination. You're mad about the journey.
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm glad we got to Hawaii. I'm mad that we had to take a boat. All right. Next game, the number 6 Oregon Ducks, 49, Arizona State 13. Bo Nix is your Heisman winner. He's going to be a Pac-12 champion, maybe. And he's the quarterback of probably the hottest offense in college football right now.
Yep. And he is going to be a Chicago Bear.
I don't think so. He's a little old to be drafted that high.
I'm just kidding. I could see him going to the Patriots.
Maybe. He might. Shit, they might be drafting too high for them to pick Bo Nix.
Yeah, but overall domination, 404, 6 tutties.
Yeah.
By halftime. He had 6 touchdowns.
I was surprised to see Oregon not run in any touchdowns.
I just don't think they needed to.
No, they didn't. Not at all. Like, look, Bo Nix threw 29 passes to get 400 yards. I don't think they had to run the ball much.
Yeah. Troy Franklin, 8 receptions, 128, 2 tutties.
Yeah. And then Gary Bryant Jr., 3 receptions, 82 yards and a touchdown. Tez Johnson, 6 receptions, 80 yards and a touchdown. Patrick Herbert, 3 receptions, 78 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Arizona State's not good enough, unfortunately. But yeah, it's tough. It is.
All right, this is the last year they'll probably have to play him, so they'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point. Names?
Jaden Lemar.
Okay. I won. Kavion Thunderbird.
Hey, that's pretty solid.
Thunderbird is just sick as fuck.
Messiah Swinson.
What about Dario Longhetto?
Kyle Casper.
Chikwueze Bridges.
Fuck it. Bucky Irving.
Yeah. That's not as good as Chikwueze Bridges.
Whatever. You always got to look at the defense. The defense has the best name.
That's I literally go straight to the defense when I say names.
Yeah. All right, I think we're done.
All right. Next game is number 7, Texas.
Should have
26, Iowa State 16. It was a close one for quite a bit of this game.
It was 6-3 going into halftime.
Yeah.
You're telling me Texas is better than us right now? I'm sorry.
Iowa State's quarterback had a great game. Rocco Becht, 24 for 32, 323, 2 touchdowns and an interception. They just could not run the ball. 9 rushing yards for this team.
That's not great.
Yeah. That is
Not at all.
really bad, to be exact. But C.J. Baxter on the other side definitely was running the ball. 20 carries, 117 in the absence of Jonathan Brooks, right? That's his name. Um, yeah, C.J. Baxter looked good. And Quinn Ewers, pretty good as well. 23 for 33, 281, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Xavier Worthy having a little bit of a better performance than we've seen from him in a few of these games, outside of the fumble, of course. But yeah, not much of note in this game. It was just super close for like a majority of it. Like Iowa State had a chance for most of this game.
Yeah, like, it was a very poor game from Texas, in my
Yeah,
opinion. But granted, Iowa State always plays Texas well.
true.
It's
Yeah,
just it's that matchup that, like, you just never know what you're gonna get.
yeah. I think they've won 3 of the last 5
Yeah.
matchups between the two. So yeah, Iowa State just plays them tough. Luckily for the last time.
Yeah.
Uh, shit, I might just go with the quarterback, Rocco Becht. That's a good name.
Cart Cartavius Norton.
Not bad. Steve-O Klotz.
Sorry. Oh, Dominique Orange.
Miles Mendezun?
Miles Purchase.
Dominique Orange.
I already said that.
Ah, fuck. Dude, I'm not paying attention when you say it. I just have to pay attention to trying to find the next one.
All right, fuck it. Bert Auburn. I'm always gonna go to him. He's got a sick name,
Yeah, it's a solid name. Chase Contreras.
but you already lost
Yeah,
twice, Grayson. You did.
I know. I know. I'm losing in my own game.
All right, let's get to the next game.
Yeah, I guess. I'll just let you have the floor.
Yeah. So we put up 66.
Well, maybe talk about what game we're talking about.
Oh yeah. Sorry. You know, number 8, Alabama Crimson Tide hosts the Chattanooga Mocs. All right. So first quarter, 21-0 Alabama. We already know where this game's heading.
Yep.
Jalen Milroe looks good in the air. You know, Jermaine Burton, I think in the first quarter had 3 receptions for 105 yards and a touchdown. But then we start spreading the ball a little. Kendrick Law, Jalen Hale, Mari Black, cool. We stopped throwing the ball. Ty Simpson had a run for 78 yards. Should have been a 79-yard touchdown run, but he pulled a Deshaun Jackson and dropped the ball right before he went in, and just voids a touchdown. Nick Saban doesn't allow him to touch the field after that again.
For good reason.
Yeah, but listen, we ran the ball as a committee so well this game. Yeah, I know it's Chattanooga, but this is what I love to see. Jam Miller, 6 carries, 77 yards. Basically, the way they did it, they were like, all right, you get this drive, you get this drive, and you get this drive. Jace McClellan, 6 carries, 62 yards. Roydell Williams, 7 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Jace McClellan also had the touchdown. And then Justice Haynes, 5 carries, 42 yards, 2 tutties. His first 2 tutties as an Alabama Crimson Tide. Overall, just domination. Like complete.
Well, I need to clear something up. You said as a singular person, he's a Crimson Tide?
Or just like as it like for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, what would that be called?
As a wave?
As
As an elephant?
I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. As an Alabama player. Cool.
All right. Cool.
But yeah, Chattanooga overall played
Shout
like
out
shit.
Gino Appleberry. 104 and a touchdown.
And a fire name. Appleberry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quarterback, shit. Luke Schoenberg.
Yeah, probably.
Schoenberg. 10 for 21, 107, and a pick. Pretty shit. But what's nice here, Jalen Milroe didn't have to run at all. Our running backs ran as a committee to where he didn't have to run.
Yeah, you guys played well.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we had to get our get back for them beating Kennesaw State earlier in the year.
Yeah. Fuck you, Chattanooga.
20. Think
Hooty
about
hoo.
this. They beat Kennesaw State 27-20. And they're on Alabama's schedule.
Yeah.
Weird, man.
Very weird. Let's do names, but only from Chattanooga. I'm starting Quay Wiggles.
Damn, bro.
Beat that bitch.
I would love to say the running back, but I guess we've already.
Yeah, Gino Appleberry's disqualified.
So is the quarterback. So I guess the only other one I could really do is, you know, fucking Bo Spearman.
It's not bad. Does not beat Quay Wiggles.
Yeah, if you have the last name Wiggles, man, you're gonna win.
Yeah, I didn't care what his first name was, but Quay definitely
Quick,
helped.
yeah, it's just like, come on. You got, St. Louis Cardinals left fielder Jordan Walker out there.
That guy his name could have been Brian Wiggles. It didn't matter, dude. He was getting it.
Nelson Wiggles. Just the weirdest name.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall domination. Something you like to see when you go into rival week, the Iron Bowl.
Yeah. All right. Next game, number 9, Missouri, 33. Unranked Florida, 31. Graham Mertz breaks his collarbone in this game. Yeah, no, I'm going to be a dickhead. I'm going to be a dickhead. I'm going to be a dickhead and say, as soon as Jordan Travis went down, I wanted Graham Mertz to get hurt. I texted Brock because he was like, oh, well, there go the title hopes. And I go, I need Graham Mertz to get hurt, and I need Washington to lose. One of them happened. So
Yeah.
maybe I need to start wishing 2 things to Brock every time.
No, probably not, because we don't. Just to clear, we don't prey on people.
I will gladly prey on an injury for a Florida Gator. Those dumb fucking lizards can die.
I'm surprised you didn't call them geckos.
Why? For the alliteration?
Dumb fucking geckos is fucking hilarious.
I think lizards is funnier because I'm referring to an alligator.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Brady Cook is goated.
Yeah, he's good.
20 for 34, 331, 1 touchdown. Cody Schrader is just as good on the run game. 23 carries, 148 and a touchdown. Brady Cook had a rushing touchdown. Luther Burden III is crazy. 9 receptions, 158 yards. Crazy.
And I also forgot the fucking stacked names they have in the wide receiver
Yeah,
room.
they have insanely good names.
Theo Weiss Jr., Brett Norfleet, Mookie Cooper, Mekhi Miller. Come on now.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, overall, I mean, it was a great game.
It was. Yeah.
Mizzou started out hot, and then, they got 3, and then they got 10, then they got 10, then they got 10.
Yeah, all the way down to the wire. Harrison Mevis makes another huge field goal to win a big game for them, because a loss to Florida at this point would be really bad for their season.
Dude, Alexander Madison just went flying. Like, he just, took off and, dove.
All right, well, let's move on to our final game. Number 10, Louisville, 38. Miami, 31. This win clinched Louisville's spot in the ACC championship game. Miami was missing their newest starting quarterback who got hurt against Florida State last week. They got Tyler Van Dyke's bum ass back in the game, and it wasn't that bad. He's clearly not like a game changer.
Yeah, no, I mean, he played really well.
Yeah.
24 for 30, 24 completions on 39 attempts, 327 yards, and 1 touchdown, no picks. The no picks is really good for him. This game was really fucking good.
It was.
This was a great fucking game.
Yeah.
Jack Plummer tore that shit up.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's about to absolutely tear up the Seminoles in the ACC championship. It's about to be no joke.
You'll fucking try. Jared Verse is going to eat him.
Kevin Coleman is better than Keon Coleman. I'm just going to say it.
Kevin Coleman is fucking ass. Xavier Restrepo is insane, though. Who was held to 0. He was 0 for 6 on targets against Florida State last week. Goes 8 receptions, 193 yards and a touchdown in this game.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy how good that defense is, man.
You just better be happy he's not on Louisville that has an actual quarterback that can throw to him.
Hey, Tyler Van Dyke had more passing yards on the same amount of completions.
Yeah, well, they got to a point where Louisville just started running the ball.
Yeah, I know. And it was a comeback victory for Louisville in the fourth quarter. They put up
Yeah.
15 in the fourth quarter to win this game, which was huge for them. And yeah, I'm looking forward to facing Louisville now.
Yeah, I might have to whip out the Louisville sweatshirt to work one day.
No.
Too bad it's gonna say Louisville basketball.
Yeah. You can root for their basketball all you want.
No, I think that's gonna be a good ass fucking game.
I think it will. Even though
I think
Tate
it's gonna be.
Rodemaker's our quarterback.
I think it's gonna be a one score game.
Yeah.
I honestly do.
Tate Rodemaker is either going to make me be the meanest person to him. Like, I'm going to pray that we get a transfer portal quarterback next year. Or we start a true freshman, Luke Croman-Hoke. Looking forward to him coming into the team. Because like the next 2 weeks will decide how I feel about Tate Rodemaker. I already don't really like him because in the games he has played in for the last 2 years, he has not been good.
Yeah.
So,
Also, is Brock okay? Because going into halftime, Ole Miss and UL Monroe, it was
yeah,
7-3.
yeah. It was an interesting one, but hey, 21 points in the third quarter brought him back to life.
And Lane Kiffin absolutely chewed their ass out.
Yeah.
I bet.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Interesting. Any other games you wanted to bring up?
Oklahoma BYU, way too close.
Yep, way too close.
Honestly, fucking after the first quarter, LSU Georgia State.
Yeah. Should we do another deep dive on an Iowa game?
No, I'm good.
Hold on. Okay. It's fine. There's literally they scored 6 times in the whole game. Both teams.
Well, let me
combined.
finish what I was saying.
Okay, go ahead.
At one point, LSU Georgia State was tied 14-14 in the second quarter.
Yeah. And then Jaden Daniels decided he wanted to win the Heisman again.
Yeah. That's 6 touchdowns is insane.
Yeah. Okay. 11 minutes, 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Iowa takes the 2-0 lead. Okay. Then Illinois marches down the field, kicks a field goal, up 3-2, going into the second quarter. All right.
Ugh.
A passing touchdown for Iowa, 4 yards. They go up 9-3, and then Illinois scores a touchdown, I think on the next drive, on a 1-yard run, 10-9. Then Illinois gets the biggest lead of the day, goes up 13-9, and then Iowa, with 4 minutes left in the game, scores a 30-yard rushing touchdown, to which the PAT is blocked, and they win by 2 points. So the safety on like one of the first drives was the turning point in this game.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Iowa football, baby. Shout out Cooper DeJean. Good ass corner. Good ass white corner at that. Definitely going to the Steelers. I'm convincing Luke that he's going to the Steelers.
The fact that Iowa is gonna play in a conference championship.
Did they make it in? Is that
they have to?
Sure?
In their side, they're 6-2 in the conference, and the next best is Northwestern.
They must have already clinched it then. Wow,
oh, dude, that is horrible.
I can't wait because, like, Michigan's just gonna have to run the ball so much.
Yo, you saying it's gonna be Michigan and Iowa? Hold up.
I more want it to be Michigan.
Yeah.
I want it to be Michigan so that they have to run the ball.
Yeah, but then you want Iowa to beat Michigan.
Yeah, I do.
So then Alabama gets a spot in.
No.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about Florida State getting it. That's all I care about. And if you guys make it in over us and we go undefeated, I will put it out against you. Everything will be taken out on you.
What?
You're the figurehead of Alabama in my location.
What about Jace?
I don't give a fuck. I talk to you on this podcast once a week about our teams.
Yeah.
I've also known you for almost my entire life. So I think I also get that liberty.
You know, let's just hope both Florida State and Alabama make it in.
Hopefully they play in the national championship game. If
Yeah,
that
I
happens, we
honestly,
might have to just go to Houston.
honestly,
Yeah.
like we're to later, Andy.
Yeah,
Fuck,
that would be awesome.
that'd be
Was that
lit.
pass interference? No. Okay. Uh, yeah, let's get into our top tens. Um, that we just talked so much about those games.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Josh Dobbs, his one rushing touchdown.
Of course. Jesus
Oh,
Christ. Um, what's the score now? We got
it's about. I think it's about to be
so yeah,
17-9.
about to be 17-9 halfway through the third quarter in that game. Colin, let's do our college football top 10. I keep forgetting. Do we start at the top of the bottom?
We start at 10.
Okay. Well, let's start with our first guys out. I ended up just putting 4 because I think I needed to iterate which ones were where. So I have number 14 Oregon State, number 13 Oklahoma, number 12 Ole Miss, number 11 Penn State.
Okay. I had 14 LSU.
Oh, you have them dropping past LSU.
Yeah,
Oregon
I have
State?
them. I have Oregon State dropping to 15.
Why?
I I just put LSU above them. You know, they got. I feel like they have better wins. Like because Oregon State.
Oregon
Let's
State has
go.
some good wins.
I know. Let's look at it though. Their losses are to Washington, Arizona, and Wazoo. They beat Utah, UCLA. That's really their only 2 ranked wins.
Yeah.
You look at it, and then you go look at LSU. So LSU, you got a super close game. They're one of their losses with Ole Miss, but you can say the same thing about Oregon State and Washington.
Yep.
You got a win with Missouri. You got a blowout from Alabama. You got a loss from Florida State. So that's 2 of their losses are to Florida State and Ole Miss. When you look at it, Oregon State, I think one of their loss was to an unranked Arizona at the time.
Yeah, but Arizona is very good.
Yeah, they're very good. I don't know. I just they can flip flop, but like they're right there, neck and
Yeah.
neck. I don't really care about 14-15 when you look at it.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
you could put whatever one
Yeah,
you
if
want.
this was the 12-team playoff, that would be
Yeah,
a big deal.
then we'd be talking about it.
Yeah.
We'll come back to y'all in a year from now.
Yeah, exactly. In a year from now, when both of these teams are probably in those exact spots again,
Yeah.
we'll gladly talk about it.
But then I got Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Penn State,
Okay, cool. All right, number 10,
Missouri.
Louisville.
You got Missouri over Louisville?
Yeah.
Interesting. I got Louisville at 9.
So you have Louisville going ahead of Missouri?
Yeah, I have Louisville ahead of Missouri.
All right. Whatever.
Mainly to a fact like they're a one-loss team that clinched a conference championship.
I just think the fact that their one loss is to Pitt, meanwhile, Missouri's 2 losses are against 2 pretty good teams. Like,
Georgia and LSU.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna penalize them for those 2 losses.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just the fact that it's the 1 loss, 2 loss.
Yeah.
Is what really gets me.
All right. Well, so technically, nobody here moved for me.
So Texas at 8.
Yeah. So I still have Texas at 8. Still have Alabama at 7. Oregon, Washington, FSU, Michigan, Ohio State, Georgia. I thought about dropping FSU, but like I said, like I'm not. This ranking isn't about who's going to be the better team next week. It's who's been the better team up to now. I think Florida State's been the better team up to now.
So I was so close to dropping Michigan to 4.
Oh, wow.
But Jordan Travis got hurt.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I thought about dropping Michigan too because that was way too close of a game.
Yeah.
But, like, if I dropped Michigan, I would have had to drop them to 5 because I think Florida State and Washington move exactly in the same place.
Yeah.
They seem very equal to me. Like, obviously, Washington plays better opponents, but they played a lot closer games. Yeah. And then for Florida State, it's like, well, Florida State plays very good defense. They don't give up quite as many points.
So let me ask you something real quick.
Yeah.
So when Michigan, Ohio State play each other.
Yeah.
Say one of them lose, but it's a blowout. How far do they drop? They got to drop like under Bama and Texas, right?
Yes, because they won't be playing for their conference championship game.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I have a feeling they'll drop like 9 or 10.
Ah, man, it's hard to say they'd drop that low.
It's
I
well, the
think
thing like
I,
it's so
oh
hard to
man.
say.
Yeah, it's tough because like so we're in this scenario. One of those teams gets blown out and nobody else loses.
Yeah. Well, like listen,
Okay.
so like when Texas and Alabama played,
Yeah.
Alabama dropped from 3. I'm pretty sure we dropped like down to like 11.
9? I thought
No,
Oh,
I
no,
think
you're right. Yeah.
it was 11.
Might have been lower in the
It
AP.
it, it might have been 14.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But here's the thing, we looked like shit. So
Yeah.
I could agree with that.
Yeah. Well, then you looked like shit the week after.
Hey, you mean against South Florida
Yeah.
when we didn't know who was going to start at quarterback going into SEC play?
Yeah.
Good call. Remember when we were out here talking like Ty Simpson needs to be our starter?
Yeah, then he drops the ball on the goal line and Jalen Milrose run in like 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, then Jalen Milroe's just the hero. Oh,
Yeah.
Russell Wilson just threw. Damn, he just threw the ball like 70 yards.
Did it go to Cortland
It,
Sutton?
it went to nobody.
My team is not doing good right now.
Yeah, is it
Javonte
struggling?
hasn't done shit. And Sutton hasn't really done much either. Like I really need them to turn it up.
You need Jake Elliott to have a Tyler Bass day.
I need a touchdown from one of the two. Oh yeah, there's that deep pass you were talking about.
Yeah, to
Right over
nobody.
the head of Marvin Mims. Yeah, like I don't know. These scenarios are so hard because like I'd love to say that I'm confident in where people are going to be placed. There's no fucking telling with the selection committee.
Yeah.
I will say, not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after Selection Sunday, we're gonna go through. We're gonna have quite a topic to talk about for sure.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna go through all the like important bowl games and all that. So, yeah, there will be quite a bit to talk.
I'm excited for that episode.
Yes, it will be very fun. But for now, let's look ahead to next week's games. Rivalry week, the end of the regular season for most. I think there's some good games. Let's start it off. The game, Michigan versus Ohio State.
Yep, in Ann Arbor at noon.
Yeah,
that game does not need to be at noon.
No, but Fox is pushing that big noon thing.
Yeah,
so that's why. But I'm gonna go on Friday. The game formerly known as the Civil War, Oregon State, Oregon.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But yo, I think this game is gonna be closer than I think. Texas Tech.
Interesting.
On Friday as well, 7:30 on ABC.
Yeah.
Stay tuned because I think Texas Tech upsets them.
Yeah. All right. Well, on Thanksgiving, I know there's a lot of NFL games, but you can't forget about the Egg Bowl. It's always close. I don't care. I don't think it's going to be close this year, but it's a good matchup. A deep-rooted hatred between those schools.
Yeah, absolutely. Louisville, Kentucky could get interesting.
Definitely could.
Yeah, I think that could be very interesting. Another one you can look at, Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn, 3:30 at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Auburn fucking suck. I know we didn't talk about it. They lost to New Mexico State this week.
Yeah,
bad.
But it's always an Iron Bowl rivalry.
You guys are going to win by 40.
Yeah, but 3 of our starters might go down with injuries because they're headhunting us like they do every fucking year.
Fair enough.
Jalen Milroe needs to be careful running the ball.
Yeah.
He's going to get a crown of the helmet straight to the kneecap.
Could. Definitely could. The Apple Cup. Wazoo versus Washington. A matchup that we're actually going to see, I believe, next week in the NFL as well. Gardner Minshew versus Jake Browning. I think it was 2018 Apple Cup was those two quarterbacks.
Also, and I'm going to say this one just because I've said it every week. Georgia Tech.
Yep. Clean, old-fashioned hate.
It's going to be interesting because Georgia Tech has shown some, you know, strong offense
Yeah.
this year. So, granted, Georgia's defense is fucking the best in the country,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
things get interesting. It's at Bobby Dodd.
yeah.
Shit.
I think this game for sure is going to go deep. UNC versus NC State. With how UNC is playing, they're letting everybody keep it close.
Yeah. And then a game no one gives two flying fucks about, South Carolina Clemson.
Yeah.
Fuck both those schools.
Fuck them. The deeper than hate rivalry. Georgia Southern versus App State.
Yeah, fuck
Big
App
one.
State.
And
What about
also
J-
FSU versus those lizards from Gainesville?
JMU Coastal Carolina?
I don't think that's a rivalry. JMU just got to the FBS.
No, but they play each other.
I know.
That's just matchups for this week.
Yeah. Colorado, Utah. That game's gonna suck.
That could be interesting. That's gonna be a very
it's in
low
Utah.
score.
It's in Utah. Colorado's getting fucked.
Yeah. Vanderbilt on the upset of Tennessee.
No chance. You remember when we were like, "Yo, Vandy might be good."
Yeah, and then AJ Swan got benched.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will say Brock might have had one. I know I've talked about this recently. Brock might have had one of the worst takes ever this summer, saying that Missouri was going to be the punching bag of the SEC and that Vandy was not, or that Vandy was going to be very good, and they haven't won a game in the SEC.
Yeah, God, Brock.
Yeah, that's
Poor
tough.
guy.
That's tough. Hey, but that guy knows ball.
It's like saying that Ole Miss was going to go to the SEC championship.
They were damn close.
Yeah. They were very close.
They
Closer
were
than I wanted them. Bro, they were
fair.
very close to beating us.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, that game was very, 24-10, but at one point it was 13-10.
Yeah. All right. Let's how about we do stake your claim?
What'd you say?
How about we do stake your claim?
I'm down for it. Gray, would you like to start it off today?
Yeah, man. I'll start it off.
Okay.
Bo Nix and the Oregon Ducks are winning the Pac-12.
Okay.
And Bo Nix is the Heisman winner. Over Jaden Daniels.
Respect that.
Because as much as I don't want it to be, the Heisman is a team award.
Yeah.
100%.
It definitely ain't Caleb Williams, the fucking
fraud.
My
God. Man thinks he's
remember
going
when I
number
had
one in the
that
draft.
When I had that bad take?
Yeah. And Michael Penix is going to be in New York.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
That take wasn't that bad. But, yeah. Hey, it's hard to go back-to-back. I will give Caleb that. But when it comes to Oregon winning the Pac-12, that's the main part of this. This offense is crazy right now. You can't say they're not going to put up 40 points on Washington.
Yeah.
They can run the ball at an elite level. They can pass the ball ridiculous. They have crazy good wide receivers. They've got enough of a defense to slow down Washington at least a little bit. Yeah, I think there's no way. I'm going to say there's no way Washington wins that game. It is so hard to beat the same team twice.
Amen. That's truth. I like that. I think it's going to be a shootout for sure.
Yeah.
Just because, they're both fighting for that spot.
Oh, Alexander Madison, bro.
Yeah, that was a rough one. But hey,
man.
Denver gets the ball back for Cortland Sutton and Javonte.
Yeah.
Get it that way. All right. Gray. We mentioned it earlier, and I didn't want to talk too much about it because I've been sitting on this for a minute. There's not going to be a Big Ten team in the Final Four.
Oh. So what you're saying is that Iowa's going to be the Big Ten champions.
Yes.
Let's fucking go.
Like we said it. So I got, Michigan's hosting Ohio State in Ann Arbor. I got Michigan winning that game by a field goal. And then, like you said, Iowa's going to stop the run.
But honestly, if Michigan wins by a field goal, Ohio State might still make it in.
But the thing is that they won't play for the conference championship.
I know, but there's a scenario where they still make it in.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it this way.
Bama has to win the SEC for Ohio State not to make it in.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Texas also has to lose for Alabama to make it in.
That's true.
Because if both Texas and Alabama win out and Big Ten doesn't like, there's no Big Ten and Oregon goes in, Texas goes in over us.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of scenarios. I'm not even saying just for Alabama to get in. I'm just saying there's going to be no Big Ten because Iowa's going to win the Big Ten, and it's just going to be a complete blunder for Ohio State and Michigan because Ohio State's not going to play in the conference championship.
Yeah.
So that's not going to look great on them. Like we used to always say for Notre Dame when they wanted to plead a case to get in. Michigan's they're gonna beat Ohio State. They're gonna walk in against Iowa and just like not think they gotta play well to win.
Yeah.
Iowa's gonna come out and upset them, and then your Final Four. I can't even tell you. I just know, dude, I just know Big Ten team won't be in
Yeah.
there. Pac-12, SEC. I don't even
But
know if
also,
ACC
okay,
will
well,
be in there.
let's mix it up a little bit more. If you think that there's not going to be a Big Ten team and Georgia loses the conference championship game, are they in? Especially if Washington loses to Oregon.
Yeah. All right.
Also, wait, whoa, hold on. If all of that shit that I just said happens, Florida State might be undefeated and might be the number 1 team.
Yo, great. Hear me out. Kristen, there's a chance that Georgia, Florida State, Washington, and both Big Ten teams lose.
That's true.
By the time we get to the playoffs.
Oh, I know. There's a chance we lose twice.
This is gonna be a fucking headache.
Yeah.
Talking about this.
Hey, I am excited to watch it. As a fan of college football, I love the fact that there's an argument here because I tweeted this out while I was watching College Game Day. I'm so sad that we're about to be arguing. Like next year, we won't be talking about this. We'll be arguing about why Oklahoma should be making it in over fucking Missouri and Louisville.
Yeah, and why Tulane should be holding a spot at 11.
Yeah,
with one loss.
Yeah, that's the conversation we're gonna be having. We're literally gonna be like, who's better, Ole Miss or Oklahoma? Who has the better losses?
I'm excited for a 12-man playoff.
I am too. I'm very excited. I'm just saying it does take a little bit of the craziness out of the argument.
Yeah, it's just more football for us.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is like when it expands to 12 teams, at that point almost every conference champion can make it in.
Yeah. So it's going to make winning your conference 10 times more important.
Yeah.
Not like it already is important, but
oh yeah. But you could be a 2-loss conference champion and still make it. That's a big deal. You could be like, I know there's not, Missouri's not playing for a conference championship game, but there could be like at some point, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma could win the Big 10 or the Big 12. Well, they'll be in the SEC next year. But Oklahoma this year, if they win the Big 12, they're in.
Yeah. All right, so let's look at it right now. So let's just scenario. So based off the AP poll right now, if we were to do a 12-man playoff, you have 12 Ole Miss, Penn State, Missouri, Louisville, Alabama, Texas, Oregon, Florida State, Washington, Michigan, Ohio State, Georgia.
Okay, well, we already know how Georgia Ole Miss is going to go.
Yeah, that's well, hey, like you said, it's hard to beat the same team twice.
That's true, but that's different. If it's a close game the first time, it's harder the second time. Ohio State, Penn State. That was a close game.
Yeah. Missouri, Michigan. I think that could be a really good fucking
that
game.
One's interesting. With Brady Cook and Schrader. Yeah. That could be crazy.
Washington, Louisville.
Texas FSU scares the fuck out of it.
Yeah, but you got Washington, Louisville, Texas FSU, and then what? No, AP is. Wouldn't it be FSU, Alabama?
I'm sorry. I was looking at my list.
Either way, not a good look for FSU right now. But lucky for you, we're not doing a 12-man playoff.
Yeah.
So as of right now, you get nobody because you're not in.
Yeah. Also, I'm sick and tired of these fans of teams that don't make the college football playoff ever talking shit.
Yeah.
All the people that are out here talking shit on Florida State, Georgia, Bama, even Washington, Oregon. If you're a fan of fucking, let's see, all these teams at the top, Texas, Missouri, Louisville, that have never made the fucking Final Four.
Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State, Ole Miss, Oregon State. All of you have never made the playoff. Go fuck yourself. At least every other team at the top has made the playoff.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not directly speaking at the only Texas fan that's listening to this podcast. He probably didn't get to this part, but I'm not directly speaking at him.
He's asleep.
All right. I think that's our time.
Well, great. I think we should end it on one question.
Well, we should actually update them on Sunday Night Football. End of the third quarter, Vikings 17, Broncos 9. Josh Dobbs got a rushing touchdown that we already kind of brought up.
Yep. Alexander Madison fumbled in the red zone. What's new? But, Grayson, going into Thanksgiving, what is the main food you look forward to? Mac and cheese?
Always. Every dinner, any dinner, the food I'm looking forward to is mac and cheese.
I'm glad, we are on the same page.
Yeah. And I know people kind of trash the fact that people consider mac and cheese a Thanksgiving food. It's an every event food.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, 4th of July, fucking Easter.
Mm-hmm. And also, are you a ham or a turkey guy?
I'm a ham guy. Everybody in my family drives out the turkey.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Yeah.
Sorry, mom. Sorry, dad. But y'all suck.
Yeah. I'm clipping that and sending that to your mom.
No.
And I'm not going to keep the context there. It's just going to say, sorry, mom. Sorry, dad. You guys suck.
I'm not going to get any food, brother.
You're going to have to come to my house for Thanksgiving. No.
Why? It's not like we haven't done it before.
Yeah, I know. You can come if you'd like.
Official invitation on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's what we'd love to hear.
Yep, official invitation here. All right, guys.
Just so y'all know, that's not just to me. That's to all of you guys.
Yeah. It's not at all. No.
Yeah, no, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up, but I have a question for you. Why are you not sharing the podcast right now and telling all your friends and family? Oh, my God. It's the perfect opportunity. On Thursday, you go around the table and you say what you're thankful for. I know exactly what you're thankful for. You're thankful for the Second and Short podcast. Obviously, and then everybody's going to be like, oh, my God, what is that? And why are you so thankful for it? And you're going to say,
go give it a listen.
Go listen to the Second and Short podcast, available on all platforms. And then you're going to show them all these little social medias down here at the bottom of the screen right now. You're going to tell them to follow us on all those. Or you could just hand them your phone or send them the link tree, whatever. Whatever you'd like to do to share with your family these holidays, do it. And make sure that, you're doing things for yourself. Make sure you're liking. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're commenting on YouTube. Make sure that you're rating us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And in general, you won't hear from us till Black Friday. So for now, everybody, enjoy your Thanksgiving. If you're participating in Black Wednesday, which is where you get blackout drunk on Wednesday, good luck. And be careful on Black Friday. Don't get pepper sprayed. All right. Colin, anything for the people?
Good luck. Have fun.
Simple as that. Everybody enjoy your week. Peace.
Later.